The black man's image is used for profit. The black man's suffering is used for profit. The insult through music, the insult in movies, the pain and suffering in slavery type movies that are consistently been made for just years now. What I'm saying to the community is real simple. We have to cut it out with the slave movies and slave type movies and movies that damage the image of the American black man.
American political propaganda machine, controlling the minds of African beings, controlling what I know by what I hear and what I see. Signed the Civil Rights Bill and told me I was free, and I believe. Bush bombed the towers, then said he was protecting me, and I believe. Voluntarily joined his army to fight for freedom overseas, and I believe. We've been bamboozled, run amok, mentally locked down with mind codes.
Is with me forever. I will look in triumph at my enemies.
This movie, Emancipation. Let's talk about it for a second. Lead actor is Will Smith, right? You know, the slap heard around the world against Chris Rock.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
I'm saying I wouldn't go see the movie not based upon it. Well, I'm not gonna go see it anyway based upon the type of movie that it is. Emancipation. I don't see a point in taking myself to go see something when I know full well they're gonna put a man in a cart inside of and have him in a cage, or separated from his mother, or the women separated from their mothers, and separated from their daughters, and the father separated from the son. Or I have to watch a black man run through the woods while someone is chasing him with dogs and a gun. In some kind of way, he's gonna become, that part I like. It's the rest of it I don't like. Cut out the rest of it and just show him kicking ass from the beginning to the end, and leave out the whole slave part of it. But you gotta know who writes the movies, and you gotta understand who directs the movies. They write the movies. Typically, it's a white male, white female, maybe Jewish, maybe not Jewish, but they write the movies. And then they find a director sometimes, and the director will be of color, immigrant. They just want to get a job. They want to get paid. So they'll end up directing a movie written by somebody that was completely opposite of the spectrum, have no idea of who we are, how we think. They write the movie, and they'll put a black man, black woman, or a person of color as the director, or maybe even sidekick director. But at the end of the day, it's just to say, well, we have someone here of color that participated in the producing of this movie. It can't be what you think it is. I'm telling you what it is. It's anti-black. It's murder, death, kill. It's for profit. You're paying and suffering for profit. That's what it is. Period. So when you have movies like Emancipation, Woman King, Antebellum, 12 Years a Slave, Harriet, A Woman Called Moses, Roots, Rosewood, The Help. I mean, that's Mandingo. The Django. Why are these movies being allowed? So we have to get legislation passed through the Senate, pushed through the House to stop this so it does not continue going forward. These movies cannot be allowed, just like they don't want to see Holocaust movies. We don't want to see our Holocaust movies. It's enough of them already made. We can go back. And don't fall for the dressing. They disguise this shit with true story and this one individual person. Okay, again. Why does it have to have some type of slavery attached to it? Why couldn't an individual just be a true story of an individual who protected his community from white European settlers that were trying to steal his land? And he lived and he survived. And the family survived and the land was kept. No. It has to be the complete opposite of that. Do you hear what I'm saying? We can't get the image. If we can't get the image, then let's take away the other image. Because it doesn't benefit us, that image. It only benefits white European types and others. I mean by others, I'm also talking about people within our own community. That goes down to the music, that goes down to the movies that we watch on Tubi or see on the big screen in Hollywood, on any of these platforms. Everyone has a right to guard their image. And we have a right to guard our image. That being said, we have to guard our image because our image determines a lot of things. Reparations. Whether you want to agree with me or not about it, but I'm gonna say this: if you are looked at in such a negative way, I mean, in the images that are put out there are so negative, it's hard for someone to want to say, hey, you know something? We're going to do this thing because we're supposed to do it. And it's the right. No, they're going to have animosity and not want to do it because they feel like, based on what they see on the news, in the movies, on television, and hearing the music, they think that this is who we are. And it's not. Yeah, I say enough with slavery movie. I mean, think about it. I mean, this year alone, Woman King, Emancipation, and I'm sure. I mean, what, two? And look at this, how it cycled.
Birth of the Nation set the image that we see across the movie screens, television screens today. Written by D.W. Griffith. He was born in 1875 in Kentucky. He died in 1948 in Cali. He was a member of the Confederate Army. So he fought in the Civil War. He was a traitor. And the traitor was able or allowed to write a movie that portrayed black folks in a very, very unbecoming way. And I would say he set the stage, his movie set the stage for all the movies that we see today. You understand that at the time when that movie was produced, it made a lot of money for a lot of folks. So it makes sense that it would continue to go on 2022 style. I would say to you, at this point, the Federal Communications Commission needs to be talked to and reached out to and informed that we as a people no longer want to see this type of imagery any longer of our community on television, in movies, and to shut down the attack across the airways is called music, which is anti-black toward black Americans. I say reach out to your Congress, to the Senate leaders, and create legislation to cause it the end of the assault and the battering and the misuse of the image of the American black man and woman.
It's the image. You gotta get the image together. You gotta even think about what I'm about to say here. And I know a lot of you, some of you won't agree with it, but you should, but you won't. Part of this problem is that when I was younger, this word is used all across social media, across movies, across television, across audio, which is music. The N-word. That's anti-black. I don't care what any of you say or think. You're talking bad about yourself. You're talking negativity into yourself. The word comes from negativity. And I know some people can say, well, you can say it come from niggas but the problem is you can say it, but it's what it means today. You think it's a positive. I'm saying it's a negative. And we need to stop saying it. Because, again, you can't keep asking for something when you keep allowing yourself to be seen or talked about in a negative way. And you know that word is negative, because if it wasn't negative, you wouldn't be such in a hurry to fight someone when they said the name or say the word. You wouldn't be. So why is it still prevalent today? It went from nigger to nigger. It's still the same thing. So what? You took the E and the R off of it. What's the difference? It's the same. It's still disrespectful because it's still used in a disrespectful manner. It's not used with pride. I don't use it with pride. I don't know anyone who uses it with pride. So if it's not used with pride, you understand, then why is it used? And why is it used through all platforms, media, movies, radio, television? Why? It's now allowing us to win. We're not winning behind it. It's degrading. It's disrespectful. In my opinion, others may say, "Man, get out of here." I get where you're coming from. You know, take the word but you didn't claim nothing. It's still negative, and it's being used now by everybody openly. Just like people are openly putting on blackface in our face. I'm gonna tell you why that community is the way that community is. The Jewish community is the way the Jewish community is because when Hitler was in power in Germany, one of the first things he did, he attacked their image. He attacked their image through pamphlets, through books, through visual, through movies. That's why they found themselves in the predicament they were in. The country had this mindset or this thought of these people in the country and turned on them because of the propaganda that was spewed. And if you look at it today, in 2022, I'm seeing the same thing. But what I'm seeing so bad about it, I'm seeing a group of people, boomers, X, and lower, accept it. When you accept it for the next generation too. You think it's cool that they should have to experience it because you didn't want to stand up while you were living, while you were middle-aged or near middle-aged. You didn't stand up. You stood back and you just let it go. So you mean to tell me that we're supposed to just let it go forever? King 1. I hope that what was just said, what I just said, made some type of sense to you. And if it did, please like and subscribe.